All right. So we've got a couple other petitions that we could go into. I kind of wanted to hit a little bit on. So one of them is um, curriculum changes in New Jersey, and so talking about the parental rights in education bill.
Yeah.
That's been a huge one that has been heavy on my heart here recently.
Yeah.
About and just the fact, like, if I say nothing else, I need to put out into the world that it's called the freaking parental rights in education bill, not the don't say whatever bill.
Yeah. Yeah.
Parental rights in education, and that's what it covers. Parents
Yeah.
having rights about what happens to their children while they're at school. There we go. We can dig into that. Or Dalton, you had another topic.
Well, it kind of, I mean, all this will fuse together, because I almost sent, what was it, like last week we didn't get to do the podcast, but, there was the whole lady that's going to be in the Supreme Court,
Mm-hmm.
Miss Brown, and her not being able to define what is a woman.
Uh-huh.
There was the whole, and ironically, I'll bring up the Will Smith thing in a second, but there's this idea called the Overton Window. I don't know if y'all have ever heard that term
Mm-hmm.
before. But the Overton window is the idea that we have certain ideas or policies that all of us can agree on. And I feel like that is slowly going away to almost non existent anymore. I don't think there's almost anything that we agree on. And the only thing I can think of recently was when Will Smith got slapped. There was a few people that I know I disagree on everything with that was like, yeah, you don't hit people. You don't get violent because of words. And I was shocked because half of these people are the ones that have promoted violence because they were offended by words.
Mm.
But of course, it was someone they liked. But with all these things, we are becoming so opposite, and especially this parental rights bill. We are living in two different worlds, and I really don't know if we're ever going to get back to being in some kind of agreement. Because we're literally talking about people that either are ignorant or think it's a good idea to instruct children on sexuality. And
Yeah.
I'm just curious
And
what y'all think about
and
that. Is
children
there
being
anything we still meet in the middle on?
and children being this specific bill covers pre-K through 3rd grade.
Yeah.
And so they're saying that children between so and by they, so like, important to call out what has happened here. Yeah, what has happened here is that this parental rights and education bill, which should be something in that Overton window that everyone agrees upon, has
Yeah.
been commandeered by the vocal minority to say this is the don't say gay bill, saying that it's directly attacking gay teachers and just queer in general people by saying that teachers can't talk to children about, like, specifically gay sex. It's like not talking about
Well,
gay,
it's
like,
sex in general.
yeah,
Sex in
no,
general. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But they're conflating and saying,
Yeah.
like, this bill is the don't say gay bill because it also prohibits you from talking about gay sex. And it's like,
Mhm.
it just prohibits you from talking about sex, period, with
And, I,
pre-K through 3rd graders.
and you know what's funny? They're the ones that link gayness to pedophilia.
Yes, but
Their
well,
argument. I mean, that's their
yeah.
argument, not but they put that argument on people, and so it's going to. I mean, talking about certain communities, they're going to get in a lot of talking about even people viewing different people. Right, the moment someone says, "Oh, I'm a part of this community now," I mean, it's going to be hard for normal people not to look at them that know what this bill says and go, "Okay, well, you're a pedophile then," because they're putting that into the culture. And what does scare me is the Overton window. Yeah, there is the things we find in the middle, and maybe there's two Overton. I mean, maybe there's two sides now. Maybe we have nothing we agree on. But I will say this, and not to be blackpilled, but I do think we live in a culture where the Overton window can move.
Mhm.
The left's going to try to yank that over to the left. The right should be trying to yank that over to the right. I feel like we're just trying to hold it. But I will say that there's a lot of people that are going to continue to support these companies and support these people that knowingly know about this bill and knowingly know what it says, and we're going to continue to support people that not only hate us but have came out and said they want to mess and instruct your children about sexuality, and that they intend to do it in their own content. And so for us, it's just normal people who say we care about children, who say we care about these things. I think it's a reality check for us to go, have we allowed ourselves to be pushed with the Overton window? Are we just continually going further left in a way that is almost saying, you know what? Yeah, I'm not happy with pedophilia, but, you know, I got to watch my Disney stuff, you know? I think that's a real conversation we need to be having, because I think 20 years ago, if this was going on, that company would be done.
Yeah.
That company would be over.
Yeah,
and
the
so
Overton window was positioned differently 20 years ago.
And so we need to really have a real conversation about that, because we need to really start pulling back on things and maybe, stop supporting people that literally have came out with their own words and said, we have an intent to push this agenda on children.
Yeah.
Something to think about.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm curious, Zach and Josh, like, do you guys see anything that is within that Overton window that, like, everyone in the U.S. agrees upon right now? Because it is hard to find those things now.
Right.
It doesn't matter. Hold on. I was watching something on Disney Plus. Let me pause it. Okay, go ahead.
God.
The only thing I was thinking about is when we talked about this, like when you start talking about the bill with the schools and all that, I was just like, yeah, I was homeschooled, and people were like, homeschooled. It's looking a lot better now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You're going to be doing it to your kids, too.
So, homeschooling is about to be mainstream, guys. We got some eyebrow raises back in the day.
Now.
Said, I don't know. Cool kids is kind of pushing it, Josh.
Hey, shut up.
We're based. We're based. That's about it. We're based.
So,
my favorite thing about the whole thing now is all of a sudden Democrats are for free speech again. They're for the First Amendment. How dare you not let people say gay? What's wrong with you?
Gay.
Oh my gosh, my ears are bleeding thinking about that.
That's why I brought up the Will Smith thing, because that was when he slapped Chris Rock. That was the first time I at least saw some people. Because when you said everyone, Hudson, I don't think there's anything that everyone agrees on anymore. Mm-hmm. I don't think we have that one thing that everyone agrees on. But I will say at least some of these people that I've seen speak about and promote horrendous things, I at least saw some of them go, hey, this is not cool. And at least maybe then we have something. But once the violence thing's gone, because like if it wasn't Chris Rock, let's say, what was that Republican guy that used to be the House Speaker for Trump that was at the Oscars that one year? Spicer. Do you know about Sean Spicer?
Yeah.
Remember, he came up, it was either the Golden Globes or it was the Oscars. And everybody was shocked. They're like, oh my gosh, right? And he like presented an award. Imagine if he would have done that this year and Will Smith would have slapped him. Would those same people be saying the same thing? Or would they be rooting for the fact that this guy got slapped? And if that's the only thing that we still have, I think people should understand how scary that is. If the only thing we still have is some people think that violence because of words is wrong.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've been there though.
True.
Like it wouldn't be anything new. Like if
we had other things.
If Will Smith went up and slapped Donald Trump on the stage, then you'd have half, or not quite half, the country just freaking cheering.
True.
And that's the thing about it.
Can I just say,
I would think it would be hilarious as well. I would also laugh.
Will Smith,
I don't think Trump would let him.
What's wrong with you? Like, why would?
Wow, it feels like a little girl just slapped me.
He has incredibly small hands. People say I have small hands. Nope, not mine.
Will Smith has small hands.
Well, I'll say this: Trump wouldn't have been
Tiny
scared.
hand will. Tiny
Trump-
hand will.
Trump wouldn't have been scared. Trump would have been scared to talk about Jada's wife. That's for sure.
Little
he was,
flappy, flappy, tiny hand will.
Oh,
He should go
gosh.
slap Jada for cheating on him. Trump would have
Hudson,
made it worse.
Hudson,
He
I
would've
like your
said it,
subtle.
man.
Hudson, I like your subtle comment of when you said half the not quite half the country. I got what you were meaning.
I totally got it too.
All right.
81 million votes, people. 81 million.
We've got one thing that everybody can agree on. We've got one thing in the country that people still can be okay to, like, unite on.
What's that?
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Nobody
Yeah.
dislikes that man.
I'd greenlight him.
Yeah.
Speaking of, hey, speaking
all
of,
right.
did anybody happen to see Ron Perlman, like talking, like did that video about DeSantis?
Don't-
Please tell me y'all saw
Yeah, he
it.
said he's like, don't say gay.
No,
Say-
no.
Oh,
Say
goes-
gay.
yeah. Oh my
He goes,
gosh.
he's sitting back basically like this.
Yes.
Governor DeSantis, don't say gay. Have you ever read the First Amendment? How dare
Say-
That's a good.
Say
That's a good one.
Say
Say
gay.
Oh, okay,
Gosh.
Hellboy.
Oh my gosh.